I'd like to call to order the meeting of the Village Board for October 27th, 2020. Could you please join us for the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the
The
flag of
flag
the
of
United
the United States of America
and to the republic for which it stands,
stands
one nation, under
under
God,
God,
indivisible, with liberty.
liberty and justice for all.
Village Clerk, would you please call the roll?
President DeSimone,
Here.
Trustee Carmona,
Here.
Trustee Franz,
Here.
Trustee Fry,
Here.
Trustee Lomax,
Here.
Trustee Panicola is not here. Trustee Perez,
Here.
that's 6. Pardon me?
At this time, we'll move to the public comment. Does anyone wish to address the board? If so, please approach the podium and state your name. Are there any online public comments?
There are no online public comments.
Any in public comments?
Yes, we have 2. The first one is Scott Sandra.
Board, I circulated Mr. Sanda's letter to you at his request earlier today.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are you all doing today?
Good, thank you.
Before I start my official 3 minutes, I want to point out 2 errors in the description for the remand that the village has as part of it. Item 2, they say that my proposed building is only 10 foot from the rear property line. It's actually 17.5 feet from the rear property line. And they say in item 4 that the petitioners plan to construct a single family home on the lot directly west. I do not own that lot. I have no plans to construct any other buildings other than the one that's on 810 George Street. The contractor that I'm going to use owns the other lot, and what they're going to do is completely up to them. So as you saw by my letter, I'm taking exception to remanding the entire program back to the CDC because we already had approval for the front of the building and for the setback on the rear. The only point of contention with this whole thing is the water management. And we had already completely agreed to whatever remediation your engineers, working with whoever we have as an engineer, decided to do. At the meeting, a dry well was suggested, but as Scott said when I was talking to him earlier today, there might be other things that are less expensive. I don't care one way or the other. I'm going to remediate whatever water problems there are, if there are any water problems. My property is about 1.5 feet below grade off of the properties that are to my west. It has a little bit of runoff from their property now. There's a spot in front, partly on mine and partly on my neighbor's lot, that floods when it has real heavy rains. That's going to get remediated. My lot's going to slope down into the street and we're going to have whatever we need. I don't have an issue with remanding back to the CDC in terms of the water control, but it would be immensely unfair to us for all the work that we've done to remand the entire program back and have to go through the entire waiver and let's vote on my setback and let's vote on my front again, all over again, when the issue is only water. And we've already agreed to deal with whatever the village recommends doing in conjunction with whoever our engineers are. And that's basically the whole statement.
Thank you. We appreciate your comment.
Next public comment is from Bill Perry.
My comment is it's being remanded back because we don't know about this 14.5 feet from the rear lot line. If that's going to be too much of a pitch for the ground to absorb that. This is in the rear of the house, not in the front where the flooding is right now. This will be pushing it onto the rear lot. So I feel that it all should be, get the engineering's view on it, what needs to be done. and then move forward.
Thank you for your comment.
That concludes public comment.
Moving on. Is there a motion to approve the minutes from the October 13th, 2020 Village Board meeting?
You have a motion?
Do I have a second?
Second.
Are there any modifications to the minutes? Please call the roll.
Trustee Carmona,
Yes.
trustee Franz,
Yes.
trustee Fry,
Yes.
trustee Lomax,
Yes.
trustee Perez.
Yes.
That's 5.
The motion carries and minutes are approved. The next item for business is to approve the warrant in the amount of $2,024,840.23. Is there a motion to approve the warrant?
You have a motion?
Is there a second?
You have a second.
Is there any discussion on the warrant? Please call the roll.
Trustee Carmona,
Yes.
trustee Franz,
Yes.
trustee Fry,
Yes.
trustee Lomax,
Yes.
trustee Perez.
Yes.
That's 5.
The motion carries and the warrant is approved. There are no items on the consent agenda. Under Community and Economic Development, there is a motion to remand to the Community Development Commission an ordinance requesting variations pertaining to the construction of a single-family dwelling at 810 East George Street. Is there a motion to remand to the Community Development Commission for the further consideration the application seeking variances for the construction of single-family dwelling unit at 810 East George Street? Do I have a motion?
You have a motion?
Do I have a second?
Second.
There being a motion and a second, Evan, who's going to take the discussion?
Scott, you were able to hear the public comment from Mr. Sanda and Mr. Perry. If you want to give a rundown of the CDC and then what we're doing on the remand.
Sure, and I have Mr. Sanda's written text. I talked with Mr. Perry before the meeting, although I didn't hear his testimony this evening. But this was recommended for approval at the CDC at a 4-2 vote. And there was considerable discussion relative to the stormwater management on the property. And the CDC made a recommendation to approve the variances with specific dry wells, specific drainage improvements that may or may not be the best solution or needed or adequate or whatever without the engineering. So the request before you this evening is to ensure that the neighboring properties are protected from any adverse stormwater impacts, both to the east and the south and to the west as well. And that'd be remanded back to the CDC so that the petitioner's engineers and ours, Mr. Patel or Karachi, can get together and figure the stormwater and the topography of this property out before it comes back to the village board for a final vote. In a nutshell, that's it.
Does anyone have any questions for Mr. Viger? This is being discussed between the village board. Public comments not allowed. I will address the 2 items in the green sheet for you. All right, does anyone have any questions for Mr. Viger?
All right, seeing no questions, please call the roll.
Trustee Carmona,
Yes.
trustee Franz,
Yes.
trustee Fry,
Yes.
trustee Lomax,
Yes.
trustee Perez.
Yes.
That's 5.
The motion carries and the matter is referred back to the Community Development Commission for further consideration. Under Finance is a resolution establishing the tax levy estimate in the amount of $5,552,646 for the 2020 per the Truth in Taxation Act. Is there a motion to approve the resolution?
You have a motion?
Do I have a second?
Second.
Being a motion and a second, do we have discussion?
All right. Thank you. So this is the tax levy estimate. This is what we do annually. The amount is in the exact same amount as last year. This is because during our budget workshop meeting, the village board gave input to not raise taxes and keep taxes flat. That does mean that any natural growth that occurred will not be captured, but after discussion with you guys, we determined that to be okay. We want to now is not the right time to be raising property taxes given the economy going on. So this is required by law to give the tax estimate. Julie, do you have any additional items you want to discuss?
No, I do not.
All right, does anyone have any questions for Julie or I regarding the tax levy estimate?
Key is we're not raising taxes this year.
We're
That's the
not
key.
raising taxes. No, that was loud and clear from the village board.
Okay, since there are no more questions, can you please call the roll?
Trustee Carmona,
Yes.
Trustee Franz,
Yes.
Trustee Fry,
Yes.
Trustee Lomax,
Yes.
Trustee Perez.
Yes.
Was that a yes?
That was a yes.
Yep, that's 5.
Motion carries and the resolution is approved. Moving on to the police department is a resolution to purchase squad car and body cameras. Is there a motion to approve the resolution?
You have a motion?
Do I have a second on the motion?
You have a second.
And you
There
know-
being a motion and a second, is there discussion?
All right, Chief just joined the meeting. Chief, we have a motion and a second to discuss police body cameras. Would you like to give your presentation?
Sure. In recent times, I'm sure you've all seen that the public trust has been somewhat eroded for the police because of some egregious acts that are caught on camera footage around the country. We feel that the public in Bensenville places a lot of trust in us, and in an effort to both bolster that trust and earn it, we think body cameras is the way to go to be able to show how, when, and why the police in Bensenville use force. So we went out to bid on several competitors' body cameras and squad car cameras. Our squad car cameras are also at the end of life. And we've got what we think is a pretty good price for 40 body cameras and 11 squad car cameras that'll replace our aging fleet and also provide every officer with a body camera. As you guys know, though, the body cameras were not in the budget this year. So what we plan on doing is we have a fund that's funded by DUI arrests. Whenever we make a DUI arrest, the county and the sets aside certain money for us in a technology account. Just over half of that will come from that account, and the balance of it will come from Officer Jennifer Caliendo. We could not hire a replacement for her for a year because of COVID. So I spoke to the manager, and we think that's a good use of some of that money is to put it into this project.
I want to commend Chief on this. We got bids, and the predominant company that most DuPage, there's a couple departments of DuPage, the one that they're using, the costs are exorbitant. Chief got creative with a couple vendors and was able to really get that price down and make it affordable to us. So we'll be at the leading edge of this next wave of communities getting body cameras. So I think that's a very good and noble position to be in. Does anyone have any questions for Chief regarding the use of body cameras?
Hey, Chief.
We were notified today by the union that they do want to discuss how we're going to roll out body cameras. I would like that to be, I'd like Chief to hash that out with the union prior to making the purchase, just to make sure we don't buy any unnecessary equipment. So that while you guys are approving it today, we're going to hold it until we settle things up with the union.
Any questions from the board? Thanks, Chief. Nice job. Can you please call the roll?
Trustee Carmona,
Yes.
Trustee Franz,
Yes.
Trustee Fry,
Yes.
Trustee Lomax,
Yes.
Trustee Perez.
Yes.
That's 5.
Motion carries and the resolution is approved. Moving on to Public Works is a resolution supporting the submission of an application to the Illinois Department of Transportation, IDOT, for funding under the 2020 Illinois Transportation Enhancement Program, ITEP. Is there a motion to approve the resolution?
You have a motion?
Do I have a second?
Second.
There being a motion and a second, is there any discussion? Joe, welcome.
Thank you. Yeah, so this is basically, we're seeking your approval and your support for submitting in order to get a 80% paid up ITEP application. So ITEP basically is a type of funding source that really promotes the use of alternate transportation methods, such as pedestrian and bike path projects. So again, we're hoping to secure 80% of the costs necessary to fund this project. At this point, we are looking at a $1.5 million project. It's going to be a new bike path along York Road from Thorndale down to Irving Park Road. So again, it's an extension of all of the bike paths we've been putting in over the last 5 to 7 years. The actual resolution in front of you is a requirement of the application, which we intend to submit on November 2nd. So it is staff's recommendation to approve.
Any questions from the board? Please call the roll.
Trustee Carmona,
Yes.
Trustee Franz,
Yes.
Trustee Fry,
Yes.
Trustee Lomax,
Yes.
Trustee Perez?
Yes.
That's 5.
Motion carries and the resolution is approved. Number 2 is a resolution waiving the competitive bidding process and authorizing a purchase order to Porter Pipe and Supply for an emergency sole source purchase of Lacnavar boiler for the police department in the not to exceed amount of $12,538.59. Is there a motion to approve the resolution?
You have a motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
There being a motion, a second, Joe?
Yes, so our village police station has 2 high-efficiency hot water boilers and 1 HVAC unit. These components work together in unison to provide our building with heat and air conditioning. Last year, if you remember, in April, one of our 2 boilers failed due to a cracked heat exchanger. Staff made an emergency purchase to replace that. Unfortunately, last week, our other boiler did the same thing. So we are looking at trying to do an emergency replacement of this Lacnavar boiler. The cost is $12,539, purchasing it through Porter Pipe and Supply. They are the local distributor of Lacnavar boiler products. This new purchase will come with a extended 10-year warranty on the new part. So staff does recommend approval.
Any questions from the board? Please call the roll.
Trustee Carmona?
Yes.
Trustee Franz?
Yes.
Trustee Fry?
Yes.
Trustee Lomax?
Yes.
Trustee Perez?
Yes.
That's 5.
Motion carries and the resolution is approved. Moving on to presidential remarks, we have a presentation, a virtual presentation, I guess we can call it, for the Halloween contest winners. We're going to announce the best home decoration, pumpkin carving, and children's costumes. So we'll now announce those. Let me see here. Let's start with the children's contest winners. We have a 4-way tie for 3rd place. So the third place winners are Angel Reyes, Evan Selvik, Lily Selvik, and Ryder Selvik. So you guys all tied 3rd place. Congratulations. I love the costumes. Our 2nd place winner is Lincoln Rendon. Congratulations. And the 1st place winner, Isabel Javier. Very, very cute. Congratulations.
We'll be sending the winners a small token of our appreciation for their creativity.
Let's move on to the pumpkin carving winner, Jocelyn Rositas. Nice. I was a little late in getting my pumpkin name, but that's okay. Beautiful. And our home decorating contest, which is always a hit. We have 2nd place is Reed and Rita Selvik and family on Green Street. And our 1st place winner is Jeffrey Bryliski. Sorry, I probably butchered that. On Dolores. So congratulations. Everybody got involved, I think, in decorating this year, and it was great to see. So congratulations to all our winners. Certificates will be mailed to all of our winners.
There is a map on our website or our social media that has all the homes that submitted that are just, you can click on it and it goes straight to Google Maps. Anthony created it. So we encourage everyone to drive around town at night and check it out. It's pretty impressive. And also I do want to point out that our Halloween home on Grove, they every year now, they respectfully do not enter the contest because they want to encourage other homes to participate. So we do appreciate their thought on that.
A couple more announcements. COVID testing continues with VNA's mobile testing center on Tuesday and Thursdays in the St. Alexis Church parking lot. Testing is by appointment only, so please see our website for more information. And Halloween trick-or-treating hours will be from 3 to 8 p.m. this year. Last week, participation flyers were included in the water billing. If you are not participating in trick-or-treating, we ask you turn off your porch light and display your flyer marked no, which is the orange side. If participating, please display the green sign and remember, please distribute your candy safely. Please see the village website for more details. That is all I have for presidential remarks. Let's move on to village manager's report.
Thank you, Your Honor. I have 3 items tonight, 2 quick ones and one with a little bit more levity. Village vehicle stickers are on sale now. They can be purchased in person, by mail, or online. If you purchase online, you get a $2 discount. If you do come to Village Hall, lines have been very short, so you can get right up in there, get your vehicle sticker, and get out. The last village brush and branch pickup will be the week of November 2nd. Please have all your brush and branch on the curb by 7 a.m. on Monday morning. We do not anticipate another branch pickup. And finally, COVID cases are spiking in Illinois. We are in the midst of a surge and further restrictions have been placed on us. If we want to return to any semblance of normalcy, if we want to get our kids back in school, if we want to support small business, then we must follow the guidelines. I know we're all tired of this and we want to get back to normal, but we're going in the wrong direction right now. So everyone, please do your part to stop the spread. That concludes my report.
Do we have a village attorney's report?
I have no report, Mr. President.
Is there any unfinished business to come before the board tonight? Oh, any new business to come before the board tonight? I see there's no need for executive session. May I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
You have a motion.
Do I have a second?
You have a second.
Please call the roll.
Trustee Carmona,
Yes.
trustee Franz,
Yes.
trustee Fry,
Yes.
trustee Lomax,
Yes.
trustee Perez.
Yes.
That's 5.
Motion carries. We are adjourned, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. Have a good night.
Yep, you too.